Hi, welcome back. So it's the next day now. I've let the carrot cake cool overnight and now we're going to put on the cream cheese icing. So I've got a recipe in one of my recipe books. This one's called the Whoopie Pie book, and what it is, it's a lot of different sauces and how to make cream cheese filling. So this is the recipe I'm going to follow. Now, I've used this before, and when I've made it, it made quite a lot. So I'm actually going to half the ingredients. So it says that 300 grams of icing sugar to be sifted in a bowl. So I'm actually going to do 150 grams. So I'm going to put the bowl on my scales, set it to 0. But I forgot to mention before that, obviously I've washed my hands, I've got my apron on, and I did wipe down the surface, of course. Right, so set that to 0. I'm going to weigh 150 grams. At the same time, I'm going to sift through with a sieve. So I'm just going to put a little bit in, shake it slowly. Because what icing sugar does, it creates this cloud, and then you look on the work surface, it's like it's snowed. Okay, so how much did I say I wanted? 150. So I've got 42. Just give that a gentle shake. We're up to 100, just a little bit more. One 28. 144. Just a little bit more. 150. There we go. So that's the icing sugar sifted, ready in the bowl. Then it says, in a separate bowl, whip the softened butter until smooth. Okay, right, so I've actually done, I'm going to transfer this out my big bowl and put that sifted flour into my little bowl. Got the bowls mixed, but I used the big bowl so I could catch all this icing sugar in it. So I'm just going to pop that in that other little dish, ready. And then what we do need now is to, in a separate bowl, whip the softened butter. So the butter, we needed 55 grams in this recipe, so I've reduced, so I've actually done that for 25. I'm hoping it has softened. It's been out a while. So that's 25 grams of butter, and then 115 grams of cream cheese. So I'm going to halve that. So what's that? Let's say it's 120. So that's 60 grams, give or take. Okay, let's have a look. 24, 86. Let's take a look. There we go, that'll do it. And then what we need to do is whisk it together. Add it, so we're going to whisk this together now using my whisk, and I've got my cream cheese and butter in there now. I'm just going to try and get that butter to mix with that cream cheese. whisk. Yep. Add the cream cheese and whip together, scraping down the bowl once. Okay. And gradually then add the sifted icing sugar until the mixture comes together in a light and fluffy texture. Okay, this is the messy part now. So I've got my icing sugar. I'm just going to add that gradually. Whoa. You can see all the, you can see it, it's like a big cloud of white. Okay, so I put all that icing sugar in now. It's creating a little bit of dust. Not a lot. I'm going to go around the sides where it's stuck. So I'm just going to pop that up there. I'm just going to make sure I've got all the ingredients off the side of the bowl and just mix that in. All the way so you can see. So I mix it together until it looks like a light and fluffy texture. Okay. There is a few little lumps in it, but I think that's because the butter wasn't quite as soft as it should have been. But it'll do. It's not so bad. It'll still taste nice. Okay. So that's quite enough really. If I'd have used the full recipe, then there would have been quite a lot left over, and that would have meant I've had to make more cakes. Okay, so if you can remember, this is the cake we made yesterday, the carrot cake. I've still got the liner on, so I'm just going to take that off, put that back on. Okay, so obviously you could put it on a cake stand. I've just got it on a cake plate, ready now to make it look presentable. So now I'm going to use this cream topping, but before we do, I have actually forgotten that you add half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Not that much, just a little splash, and then optional teaspoon of vanilla syrup, and then we're going to mix that in. I do think adding the vanilla and obviously the maple syrup, it gives it that nice taste, and with the walnuts and the maple syrup it just makes it really taste quite nice. So I'm just going to make sure that's mixed in. There we go. Smells nice too. Okay, so now let's try again. So I'm just going to spoon this on, put it in the middle, and just whiz it round with your spatula. There we go. Still quite a lot left. Don't want to put too much on because it will run down the sides, which is not a bad thing because it's on a plate. There we go. Catching the edges, just smooth it off a little bit more. Can you see that? Just a little bit more of the goodness out there. Okay, so can you see? So I'm just smoothing that over like so. What you could do as well is put it back in the fridge and it will set a little bit harder as well. And then because it's got walnuts in it, what I always do is put walnuts on the top. So I've just got a few chopped walnuts ready. I'm just going to sprinkle those on top so that if somebody says, has it got nuts in it, then obviously yes it has, because it's on the top to remind me that yeah, it's got nuts. So I'm just going to sprinkle that on. And there we have it. Forgot what it's called. Carrot cake. Yes, thank you for that. Carrot cake with the icing on top. I'm just going to take a little slither off just to see if it's nice. I'm sure it will be. So can you see? It's got a nice texture. Can you see that? Looks lovely. Tastes nice too. Okay, so sorry I can't share it, although it'll probably last for a couple of days. So if I do go into work, then I probably will take some more in. Because there's only two of us, and yeah. Okay, so that tastes absolutely lovely. So I hope you have a go at this, and yeah, keep following my recipes. Thanks for watching.